Hello everybody and welcome back to the Sammy Snake Racing YouTube channel, and welcome to video number 1 in the Master License Lap Guide series that we're doing. Now this series of videos is going to be a lap guide for all of the Master License S tests. That's the final 10 tests of the Master Licenses where you have to do the full lap. Now the reason why we're going to do a lap guide for this is, one, because I don't think there's many, if any, out there already. Two, you don't get the ability to look on the leaderboards and follow a ghost and learn what needs to be done to set a good time or even to get gold. And three, we set a challenge of getting into the top 10 all-star times. So basically the 10 fastest times on that particular license test on live stream, and we managed to do it all in one live stream in around 4 or 5 hours, I think it was. So I wanted to make the most out of the footage, and it's an accomplishment I'm pretty proud of as well. So it's a win-win, good content, and it's helpful to anybody out there that might be struggling. So we're going to start at Master License Test number 1. That is in the Honda Civic around Bathurst. And this one's an absolute banger because this was actually a world record. We got to number 1 worldwide with this lap. So this is definitely a good enough lap for you to get gold on this particular test. So let's jump in and see what needs to be done. Okay, for the S-1 license test, we find ourselves in this Honda Civic Type R, which is a front-engined, front-wheel drive car, and we have got sports hard tyres. So that means that we need to be extra precise with our steering inputs, our throttle inputs, our trail braking, as it is very easy to cause understeer from turning and braking too much, but also turning and accelerating too much. So being precise with your steering inputs and your braking inputs and your throttle inputs is really essential to get the most out of this car. So without further ado, let's jump in and talk you around how to set a good lap in this car around Bathurst. One additional thing to know is that you will be over revving this car slightly. It is faster if you over rev it before changing gear, just like that, before we go into fourth. Now our first braking marker is this 100-yard marker. As soon as we get past that, we want to be hard on the brakes in a straight line, and then as we start turning in past the 50, trail off the brakes and aim to get the car down to 55 mile an hour apex speed before feeding the throttle in gradually, not 100% until that wheel is really straight on this red and white curbs. Then we apply the full throttle and accelerate all the way up the hill, remembering to rev it out in third gear. And also fourth gear, to be honest. Actually revving it out in fourth gear for a little bit longer before we get over the hill is faster too. Now the next braking marker is this 100-yard marker again, or the beginning of the tarmac on the left hand side. As soon as you get in line with that, hard on the brakes, trail brake in, aiming to get the car just under 70 mile an hour here, and then again feed the throttle in gradually, not 100% straight away. Wait for the wheel to start to straighten up before we get fully on the accelerator, and then keep it in third a little bit longer before changing into fourth again. That really helps. For this double left-hander, ease off the throttle as you first turn in, aiming to get the car over to the right-hand side, as close to this white line as possible. Try and get the car down to under 50 mile an hour and as close to this concrete wall on the left-hand side before changing it into third gear and early on the accelerator. Keep your steering inputs and throttle inputs very precise for this next section. So flat out around the first right-hander, maintain third gear until you go past that tree. Ease off the throttle ever so slightly when you first turn in fourth gear, and aim to go over both the red and white curbs. This section of the track is all about balancing your throttle and steering inputs. Go out wide to the right hand side to this white line, ease off the throttle as you're turning in, and then balance the throttle, trying to maintain at least 105 mile an hour apex speed, and then accelerate hard out of the corner. Again, as you get to this red and white curb, lift off the throttle to allow the car to turn in, balance the speed just under 110 mile an hour, and then accelerate hard out of the corner. For this downhill section, I want you to brake 10 meters before that shadow there. Get hard on the brakes in a straight line, and every time you turn, just lift off. So you can see as we're dabbing on the brakes in a straight line and then lifting as we're turning, aiming to slow the car down to 60 mile an hour for this first right apex, and then again just under 60 mile an hour for the left downhill through the chicane. Now for this final complex part, I want you to ease off the accelerator when you go past this marshal box on the left hand side and then coast into this right apex. And as soon as you get to the top of the brow of this hill, brake in a straight line, aiming for the marshal box right in the middle, straight in front of you. Aim to get the car down to under 45 mile an hour and look for this shadow, this last shadow. As soon as you see that shadow, change into third and accelerate hard. Maintaining your steering inputs and aiming to come out of that corner as fast as you can without wheel spinning or understeering into that wall. That's really essential to set a good lap time around this track, that section at the end there. Remember, at every occasion you have where you need to change gear, remember to rev it out. It is always faster to rev it out. So rev it out in fifth for quite a while before going to sixth down here. Take a nice wide entry into that right hander, and then as soon as you see that 200-yard marker, hard on the brakes, aiming to get just over 60 mile an hour, around 60 mile an hour at that first apex, and then early on the accelerator in third gear. Remember, rev it out again before changing it to fourth. And then as we come up to this final corner, your braking marker is just before this 100-yard marker. Hard on the brakes, keep it in third this time, and you can carry an apex speed of just over 50 mile an hour, and again feed the throttle in nice and gently, carry the momentum through and come over the line for a 124.557. Now don't worry, I know I was talking about mile an hour a lot there. We're going to watch this one more time from the chase camera's perspective in kilometers an hour for everybody that doesn't use the bumper camera or miles per hour for reference. I think it's a lot easier once you've seen it in slow motion to see it in real time, how the car is reacting and what we're aiming to do with this vehicle. Obviously you're going to notice the over revving of the car, but what you should be able to see more accurately as we follow this car around without slowing it down is how lifting off the brakes and trail braking in really helps to turn that car in, such as this corner here, but also how managing the throttle input and not going to full throttle straight away helps to put the traction down. And those two things combined really helps to extract as much time as you possibly can. Being really precise with the steering inputs as we're coming around these fast flowing corners, managing the throttle input a little bit, lifting off fourth as we enter into that first corner, and again through this section in real time you'll see as we turn we lift, and then when we get it lined up we accelerate, being very careful of the understeer. Lift, turn in, accelerate, and then through this fast flowing section you'll see how we brake in a straight line, and then as we start to turn we lift off the brakes, and it's all about trail braking smoothly and carrying the speed through these sections. You'll see as we go past this marshal box we lift off the accelerator, let the car turn in and line it up straight, brake, control the rotation, and then early into third gear as we're coming down this hill. As we're coming down this straight, this is the perfect opportunity to ask, if you are still watching this lap guide and you're finding it informative, interesting or entertaining, please do me a favor and hit the subscribe button. We're on our way to 5,000 subscribers, and the more subscribers I get, the better content I can create for you. You can see how we widen the entry into that right hander and then brake in a straight line. I think 61 mile an hour is what we dip down to, but that's around 100 kilometers an hour, just under. And then for this final corner, I know I took it at 51 mile an hour, so let's see what that is in kilometers. I'm guessing around 85 to 90. Let's see. Oh, a bit lower, 82. So yeah, interesting to learn from. If you're here to the end of the video, thank you so much for watching. If you could do me a quick favor before you go, leave a like on the video, leave a little snake in the comments so I know the loyal ones who stay till the end of the video, and obviously make sure you subscribed if you need more content like this. There's obviously 9 more lap guides to come, so make sure you subscribed if you want to see those. These will definitely help you to get gold or to just become top of your friends lists. If you want to get competitive on the friends list, like you know we all do to a degree, you want to see your name at the top, you want bragging rights, then make sure you subscribe to the channel to see the rest of the lap guides coming up. But from the Racing Snake, it's over and out, and I'll catch you in the next one. Take care.